Hi everyone, you are on the Celeb Live channel. Today we will talk about recent information about Shanquella's murder and how the investigation is going on. A case has been opened on the murder of Shanquella Brenda Robinson. Shanquella Robinson was a graduate of Winston-Salem State University, an American businesswoman, founder of her clothing brand, hairdresser, and a well-known social media person in her hometown of Charlotte, North Carolina. On October 28, 2022, Robinson traveled to Mexico with a friend and 5 travel companions. 3 women and 3 men, some of whom have been identified as Khalil Cookie, Malix Patrick Dyer, Winter Essence Donovan, Alyssa Michelle Hyatt, Dejanovan, Alyssa Michelle Hyatt, Dejana Jackson, Nazer Wiggins for a short vacation stay. Shanquella settled in a villa in the city of Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, with ocean view, 5 luxury bedrooms, open kitchen. The cost is about $1,300 per night. The company had a great time together. Shanquella called her mother, Salamandra Robinson, sharing her emotions and promised to call back the next day. But Khalil, the girl's best friend, contacted her mother and informed her that she was not feeling well. Salamandra Robinson was confident in Khalil's reliability and contacted him. After a while, the woman learns the news of her daughter's death. The doctors failed to save her. According to Khalil, there is a problem with low-quality alcohol in Mexico, which could have caused the tragedy. But the mother felt that the girl's friends were not telling her something. After a video appeared on the internet of how Shanquella was brutally attacked, the local FBI office in Charlotte, North Carolina, confirmed that it had launched an investigation of the case. According to the autopsy results, the woman died from spinal neck injuries, and there was no alcohol in the body. The footage clearly showed how her friend Dejana Jackson violently struck the girl's face and neck, and also finished off the already lying Shanquella with her feet. At the same time, the voices of those filming the video were heard in the background.
Good look, can you at least fight back? At least something.
Including, presumably, Khalil's voice. Friends just watched and did not interfere. The reason for the incident caused considerable public interest, intrigue, and a lot of questions in her family, which is still grieving for the girl. As parents confirm, Shanquella has never been a conflicted person, which is why Dejana, Winter, and the rest of her friends are accused and are waiting for punishment, who hypocritically, for a long time, expressed condolences to the girl's parent. For the first time, friends invited doctors to provide non-emergency assistance at 14:30. But this was not the case. Shanquella needed an ambulance. Doctors were told that the girl had drunk a lot, asked to make her a drip. After a while, the girl had convulsions. Breathing was difficult. Finally, an ambulance was called. Attempts were made to perform artificial respiration, but at 17:57, Shanquella died at the age of 25. The death certificate obtained by news agencies states that Robinson died from severe spinal cord injury and dislocation of the atlas. According to VK veterinary clinics, atlantoaxial dislocation or atlas dislocation is a condition in which there is unstable or excessive mobility of the first 2 vertebrae of the neck. The first 2 bones of the neck are called atlas and axis. Atlas is the first bone present in the neck and located closest to the skull. As it turned out later, the company was resting entirely at the expense of the girl. Shanquella took about $10,000 with her, and the so-called friends did not hesitate to take the remaining money. Bernard Robinson, Shanquella's father, complained about the lack of progress in the investigation, despite the fact that the case is regularly covered in the news. Reddit users also expressed anger and indignation that the perpetrators of the incident are still at large. Clear answers to many questions have not yet been received since the Mexican government simply does not want to figure it out. Even considering that all the participants, the suspects, are us citizens, they can't even solve the case in their own corrupt country. All the evidence is there. What else do these Mexican authorities need to open their eyes? Users note. Mexican authorities believe that it was not a fight, but a merciless attack on the victim. Mexico has connected Interpol and asks to extradite the aggressor from the United States. The Mexican authorities say that first it is necessary to check whether this murder is a femicide, which means a gender-based murder, and after that, they can consider it as murder. That's why things are moving so slowly. Jennifer Caffin-Daffer, a former FBI agent, recently discussed the Robinson case. According to her, the arrest has not yet taken place. Interpol, first of all, is engaged in the exchange of information about fugitives. Interpol does not deal with arrests. Mexican officials demanded the extradition of the suspect from the United States to face charges of attempted murder of the girl. This is allowed by the Treaty of 1978 between the USA and Mexico. The Ministry of Justice is investigating the issue, and then it will go to the State Department for final decision. According to Dmitry Shankovich, what happens next is more of a political issue than a legal one. According to Shankovich, the states will comply with the requirements of the country with which the contract is concluded. The guilty persons will be participants in the trial here in the United States, which includes an appeal to federal courts and an appeal. The main thing is that one country does not question the other, Dmitry Shankovich said. The FBI will conduct investigations to determine whether there are grounds for arresting suspects. Shanquella's mother sincerely hopes for a fair conclusion of this case, where all her friends will be punished one way or another. Now it has become known that one arrest warrant has been issued for a friend for femicide, who is the main aggressor. We are talking about Janet Jackson. This case has been fully clarified. We even have a court order. There is an arrest warrant issued for the crime of killing a woman to the detriment of the victim and against the alleged perpetrator, her friend, who is a direct aggressor. In fact, it was not a quarrel, but direct aggressions, Daniel. De La Rosa Anaya, the local prosecutor of the state of Baja, California, told ABC, "We are following all relevant procedures, such as notifying Interpol and requesting extradition to the United States of America. We are talking about 2 Americans, a victim and a criminal. The investigation is still ongoing and more reports are emerging. It is not yet known how this story will develop.